Hey guys, it's the GothicSlenderman again, and I have some decent news for you. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my lack of content being uploaded. And I have a decent explanation, but it would seem like I'm repeating myself, and sometimes it seems like I'm making up excuses, but I really am trying to get a decent schedule of uploading videos while getting used to my own. The thing is, while working at Walmart, they like to change your schedule every single week, so that definitely makes it difficult for me to make or upload certain pieces of content. I should have like a certain day where I just make content, and whenever the day comes, I should upload it whatever time. But anyway, I'm going to try and get things all together very soon. I know it seems like I don't upload as much as I used to, but I am trying my best here. Walmart is not making things very easy. Not one bit. However, I'm sure most of you have probably been noticing subtle changes going on in my channel. If not, then, well, that's kind of normal, because they're very small and subtle. Specifically, the style of my videos. I've been trying to edit a lot more often, and I've been trying to focus more on a horror feel. Not just for the season of True Fear 2. That's 3, but whatever. If it's Left 4 Dead, then it is 2, because fucking thumb's bit off. But even after the season of True Fear 2, I want to focus on more horror. I want this channel to be a good source of horror, so much so that people, when they think of horror, they kind of think of this channel. Now, I know that's a kind of a big leap, since there are a lot of channels that focus on horror, like Jordan Underneath, people like the Creepypasta Raiders, like Mr. Creepypasta, Creeps McPasta, Creepypasta Jr., and maybe some horror Let's Players, like Markiplier does horror Let's Plays mainly, and other YouTubers as such. But I kind of want more channels where, kind of like Jordan Underneath, we do like a lot of other pieces of content besides just Let's Plays and Creepypasta readings. Not to say that those channels are bad. I watch them very frequently on my own, actually. But more like anything that has anything to do with horror. Now, why am I obsessed with this kind of genre? Because in my opinion, it's the most adaptive genre out there. Because horror doesn't necessarily mean scary. Because in my opinion, horror can be more of just a feel that you have, like a darker surrounding. Like, some people, when they think of romance, they think of, like, I don't know, something like on the Eiffel Tower. My vision of romance, which I've told you guys before, is kind of more just like a graveyard with a snow covering it, and the moonlight just reflecting off of it, giving like this kind of bluish light at the same time, and dead trees everywhere. That's my vision of romance. And in my opinion, that's how horror is. It can work with just about any genre. Not all genres can do that, in my opinion. Because I don't think, let's see, what else? What probably would not work that well? Let's see. A Western sci-fi without making it seem a bit out of place or odd. Horror, in my opinion, is very adaptive. And the two genres I just mentioned, along with comedy, romance, suspense, and any other genre, horror can work with. Horror platformers and video games, horror first-person shooters, horror movies, like maybe even horror comedies or horror romance. In my opinion, horror is kind of more of a feel of, like, darkness and whatnot. Not like darkness in your soul, like you're trying too hard, but more like the other side of the spectrum of what people enjoy. And on the other side, it's people like me! Come and join me, children. We have candy, and cake, and Slenderman, and all sorts of goodness. And that's why I'm here. During this time, I'm trying to figure everything out together and get my schedule set up for this channel and my life at the same time, because my life is a fucking wreck. And at the same time, working on another project that I kind of teased in my Infinite Shades of Goth, but at the same time, I don't want to talk about just yet till I have a lot more of it ready. But during this time, I want you guys to put in the comments below what you'd like to see me do horror-based. But instead of telling you what specifically, because I know some of you are probably scratching your head for like what I will do and what I won't do, let me just tell you about the series I have and what I won't do. First, we have the top 10s. They can work with just about anything in horror, or sometimes not horror, as long as I have enough to make an entire list. Secondly is the Grotesque Brain Trivia, which you guys most likely don't have to put stuff in the comments for Grotesque Brain, because I have voting systems at the end of Grotesque Brain. I already have a lot in mind. Oh, and a new top 10 is coming very, very soon. I promise you that. And it's Halloween-based. Then we have Nightmare Disorder, where we focus on something very, very specific within the horror genre, like found footage or the Lavender Town syndrome. Something very specific that not many people would talk about in an entire video. Okay, maybe they will, because I've heard people talk about Lavender Town syndrome before, but you know what I mean. And Infinite Shades of Goth, where it's not really about, like, other forms of horror, but since it is kind of dark and whatnot, and oh my soul, I suppose it counts. And typically those are mainly the series I do. I also have weirdest fetishes and weirdest phobias that I haven't done in forever because it's gotten hard to find new ones I haven't talked about. But don't get me wrong, I may try and do those very, very soon. I hope so anyway, if I find unique ones that I haven't talked about. Now let's get into what I will not do. 1. Let's Plays. Not to say I hate Let's Plays, because at the beginning, I used to be a Let's Player. I went halfway through with an Infamous 2 Let's Play before my recording software broke. And I tried to do Sonic Colors, too. I think I did a Complete Me Sal Let's Play. And I tried to play other games as well. Suicide Mouse, too. I remember that one. And I was kind of like those, you know, the Let's Players that overreact on everything. I was kind of that. That's partially why I stopped, too, besides my recording software. Because I wanted to try something different a lot of people haven't done. And it felt like nearly everyone on the fucking planet on YouTube is trying to become a Let's Player. Not to say I don't like Let's Players, I enjoy them very often. Hell, I watch them almost every day. But it's not particularly something I want to do. Secondly, while I do creepypasta readings every now and then, very, very, very rarely, I don't want to do them for my entire channel. I don't want anything offensive. Really offensive, I mean, something that could offend large groups of people. Now I'll talk about things like dead babies and, I don't know, torture and shit like that, but I won't go to, like, I don't know, talk about Hitler for, like, an entire video. I will not do stuff like that, because I want this channel to be available for everyone who's a fan of horror. Every kind of person, gender, race, religious view, anyone. I want this channel to be for every kind of person out there who enjoys horror just as much as I do, if not more. Which is very hard. Now for suggestions, you could talk about like certain films, video games, maybe like certain ideas of horror, like the jump scare worthy, or maybe just the romantic side. If you guys have other ideas, just be sure, if you're going to be fairly specific, have more than one option. Because if it's fairly specific, that kind of limits what I can do. So if it's like, you should talk about this book, or you should talk about this movie, that could limit what I can do, unless I was a reviewer, which I used to be, but, yeah, that used to be another phase of GothicSlenderman as well, but I'm not now. So, if you guys want to leave suggestions, I'll put them down, please put them down in the comments below. Now, keep in mind, I'll look at every single one I can, but I might not be able to do every single one, depending on whether or not it could work for the channel. In my opinion, I need your help to make this channel bigger, better, and whatnot. So, if you also have any suggestions of what I could do for editing and what I could do for my channel in general, besides just what I could talk about for videos, also put that in the comments down below as well. And god damn, it's fucking hot in here. God damn! So hopefully I get everything together. I have a full schedule for not just my life, on my channel too. God damn, it's fucking hard to do this shit. Sometimes it is, but I love it nonetheless. And I want to be able to make more content that everyone will enjoy, so I also want you guys to put ideas down below. If you want to, I'm not pressuring you, I don't want to force your hand! And until then, make sure to like, maybe favorite, and subscribe if you'd like to see some more. I make videos almost every day. I can't really fucking say that nowadays. Anyway, we all say fish to ceiling, at least once in our lives. Why won't you work? Thank you. I'd actually pull the fucking thing to get it to work. God damn. Now get back in there. Get back in the box. Get back in the box. What are you stuck doing here?